Hello everyone, welcome to This Day. It is Thursday, April 27th. We have a couple of meetings to tell you about. Both are at 2 o'clock this afternoon, but in different rooms. Of course, we have the third Water Conservation Committee, and that will be in the Sycamore Room. And then also at 2 o'clock is the United Agenda Prep, and that will be in the Willow Room. Now on our show today, we have Jim Cook, who is here on behalf of Third Mutual with an update from the meeting that they had last week. And we are giving him the entire time, so he's got lots of information to share with us today. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, we are looking at partly cloudy skies right now, and it should clear to mostly clear skies with probably some high clouds. Partly cloudy today, 73, 55 tomorrow, 73, 56, 78, 58, 74, 57, and cooler, 63, 53. Our sunrise this morning was at 6:07, and our sunset will be at 7:31. And this flower is in the state of Washington. This is a native red columbine. And you can see there, that's what it looks like when it opens, and to the left is what it looks like when it's closed. So very cool flower. All right, if you would like some mulch, we are providing you free mulch at Clubhouses 3 and 5 this weekend, and it is free for all residents. You can bring your own shovel and container to either clubhouse and load up for your gardens. And it's great mulch, and we have created that mulch from many of our plants and trees here in the village. All right, when we come back, we'll have Jim Cook with a third update, so stay tuned.
Diane's Hallmark in Laguna Niguel is now an Elam's Hallmark, and we are excited to be part of your community. We have just remodeled, and you will be surprised by the wide variety of fashion and accessories, home decor, collectibles, Disney, Peanuts, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, along with the largest Hallmark card selection in town. Stop in today and sign up for our Crown Rewards program and get a free Just Because card. Once a member, you can get a free card once a month. Elam's Hallmark, your neighborhood gift store.
Hey, beach walkers, grandkid chasers, stair climbers, dance lovers, weekend warriors, and yogis. Your life demands activity, and joint pain shouldn't hold you back. Get personalized joint care that's as unique as you, with high satisfaction rates to prove it. At Memorial Care, your joint replacement patient navigator will be by your side, helping you safely return to more. Like another beach, extra hug, and one more song. More from life is calling with Memorial Care.
At Freedom Village Assisted Living, we provide loving care and support when your loved one needs it most. We believe in laughing more and caring more. Dining will be an experience, not just a meal. We offer opportunities to create new memories. Your family will feel like they are part of our family as we work toward creating an extraordinary difference in lives worth living. To schedule a tour and complimentary lunch, and for more information, please call us at 949-340-8108 or visit our website, freedomvillage.org.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
Welcome back, where we have Jim Cook here on behalf of Third Mutual. Well, welcome, nice to see you again.
Nice to be here.
And I like, we were talking about your outfit, and it's always nice and casual and summery and makes us just want to be outside. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So Third Mutual had a meeting last week, and there's lots of, very interesting things that are, going on, trying to make things kind of up to date.
That's correct.
Okay.
And that's what we're trying to do. We, especially in the ACSC, the alterations, we're trying to go through all the standards and trying to bring them up to date, modernize them, using current type fabrication, current materials, maybe allowing some other colors that are made by the manufacturers. You know, the example is the front entry door, standard 10. That was a pretty simple one to be able to bring everything up to date, adjust so it can be timeless. And that's our purpose, is to not have to redo these standards all the time.
Right.
Get them to where they're generic, but they meet all the specifications of, as codes change and things change, we want to be able to change with that without having to go back in every time.
I think something also is interesting is that, you know, many times, well, what we're finding now is things are not necessarily just outdated, just aren't supported anymore. And so when you have a situation where maybe the door was made 20 years ago and that door is no longer made, so what do you do?
Well, see, that's one of the things on a lot of our standards, it's like for like on a replacement. Well, it can't be like for like if the like isn't there anymore.
Correct. Gotcha.
So you have to be more like for equivalent.
Yes.
Or like for what meets code now,
Right.
because something that was installed 60 years ago may not meet the code for today, especially like skylights.
Yeah, oh, good. No kidding, because like my head moved into a place and they had some skylights from the 70s. Well, they don't make them anymore, and you can't get those kinds of bulbs either.
And if you could get them, they don't meet today's standards.
That's right. That's right. Okay. What's the next one?
Well, Standard 31, that's a hot topic going on right now. That's washers and dryers in the 3-story buildings.
Okay.
And again, we don't bring these things out of a vacuum. You know, people come to us asking for things. And a few years back, they just arbitrarily said no. It's easy to say no. You know, then you don't have to do anything. But the members, again, want to be more modernized, want to have the convenience. And when you're looking at that for the standard on washers, we're actually going to have a big meeting where we go into it in depth with the Garden Villas Association on May 11th at 10 a.m. in Clubhouse 5.
Okay.
So if people want to get more involved in seeing what we're doing about the washers and dryers in the 3-story buildings, they could come to that meeting.
So give me an example, you know, for those people who may not live in that area, what are some of the challenges that you're having?
Well, you know, we have our water intrusion, and so everybody's afraid of that, which I've had 4 water intrusions in my unit. So, you know, I've been here almost 18 years now. But those water intrusions are a problem because they affect you, you know, and again, people should have HO6 insurance to protect themselves, protect their neighbors, and to protect the association.
Right.
And we really, really encourage it. We can't force people to get it, but in the case of washers and dryers in 3-story buildings, that's one of the options we're looking at if people want to install them, that we might require an HO6 to protect the other people.
Well, exactly, like you said, you can have leaks, and obviously in the buildings that you guys are in, you might have something from somewhere else. It's not necessarily your issue, it's somebody else's issue that's coming into yours to make it your issue.
Right. And then, you know, if it's the member's responsibility, it's one thing. If it's the HOA's responsibility, it's another.
Right.
If it's another member's responsibility, it basically covers everything. But the way things are written in the HOA's responsibility, they're only responsible to the paint on the outside of the drywall.
Right.
So anything you've installed custom or that, again, it falls back on you and not the HOA.
Right. And insurance is very expensive, as we've been talking to many of the mutuals about your overall insurance, right? So then when you talk about this other kind of insurance that you have for your personal things, it's very much like a renter's insurance, right?
It's condominium insurance.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Is the difference. Renter's insurance protects one way, condominium insurance protects another way.
Okay.
But even when we leased our unit out, we had our condominium insurance and encouraged our renter to have renter's insurance.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, because one covers one and one covers the other.
Right.
Got it. Okay, so, solar panels, now that's interesting.
Okay, solar panels, standard 41. We're going to have a standard 41, a standard 41A, and a standard 41B.
Oh my.
Standard 41 is the one we're working on now, and will be coming up in our next next board meeting.
Okay.
And in that one, it's for the 1-story buildings. The 41A is for the 2-story. 41C is for B is for the 3-story.
Okay.
And so the standard 41 for 1 stories isn't as complex as the other two.
Gotcha.
And so that's why we've separated them out. There's actually only one place, one unit or style building that is a shared roof in the one stories. Most of the one stories are freestanding or in 2 units, A and B. And so there's only one type of one where they share the roof, but even in that shared roof, there's a dividing line that can be used where we can put in a 3-foot walkway. So if one person wants to put in the solar panels and has to replace the roof, they only have to replace their half of the roof and supply the 3-foot walkway that's the transition to the other half of the roof.
Oh, I see. Okay. Well, such challenging situations, but I'm glad you guys are taking care of that.
And they're real complex. And like I said, with the 2 stories, again, you have to divide up between the bottom floor and the second floor,
Right.
which is complicated. And then it gets even more complicated with the 3-story because the HOA has solar panels that are for the HOA on the roof. And if you piece everything up and make the puzzle, what happens is it almost gets to be a space, and we're trying to comply with state statutes. That's the whole issue. And we have to give everybody appropriate amounts. But sometimes if we've got solar panels on the roof, there's skylights, there's everything else.
Yeah.
When you divide it up equally, maybe that equal part isn't big enough to be useful
Right.
for solar panels.
Right.
So we're even looking into the possibility of having small solar panel farms to accommodate the state statute.
There you go.
Not that
Yeah.
we want solar farms
Yeah.
sitting around in our open areas,
Right.
but again, we have to comply to these statutes that the state arbitrarily puts forth that really doesn't look forward enough to see how it affects communities.
Exactly, exactly. They should go on a tour of every area, right? So they can see exactly how complicated it can be.
That's true.
All right, so then going on, you've got over-the-counter variance procedures.
Okay, what we've done is we've kind of divided it into 4 different areas. This is the process that we've been using. It's not anything new, but it's again trying to make things more simplified, more efficient, and less time consuming for both staff and the members. So the over-the-counter variances are minimal items like air conditioning compressors, anything that's typical of any living area that is in the common area, but has to kind of be there for you to be able to function and meet requirements.
Okay, okay.
And then within the interior structure cocoon, again, these can be over the counter. If somebody's remodeling their unit and wants to raise their ceiling height, as odd as it seems, inside the cocoon of your building, the airspace in the attic is common area.
Oh.
And so just to raise the ceilings or remove the soffits, because the soffit sticks 8 inches down into your kitchen.
Right.
Well, inside that soffit is common area.
Oh, boy.
And so you look at all these things and you think, this is kind of odd because it doesn't affect anyone else in the community. It's simply inside the structure of the building you're in. And then the mechanical in the attic space, if that's where you put your compressor. And again, it's a single-story building. It's the attic space above your ceiling.
Right.
You're the only one affected, but it's common area.
I see. Wow.
And now we go to the exclusive use common area. That's where the parameters of the footprint of your unit is. And so that's been taken care of. It still needs a variance. It still needs all the paperwork, all the process. But as we do the exact same thing on one unit, we get to the next unit. Once we've done these things a couple times,
Right.
they're the same. And
Yeah.
so it's the same procedure. So again, those can be shifted to over-the-counter variances.
Right.
They still pass through the ACSC and ultimately on the consent calendar on the 3rd board, but they can be taken care of and then processed at our meetings, at our committee meeting, and then at the board meeting.
I see. So really no one can do anything until this is completed, correct?
Right.
Okay. I was going to say maybe you do like a couple of trials and see how it goes.
Well, this is actually what we are doing now.
Oh, is that right?
And
Okay.
This is how the process
Okay.
has progressed.
Okay.
And then we get to the actual exclusive use of common area, as opposed to exclusive use common area.
Oh my heavens.
two different animals. And so what we've done now, and we were doing this anyway, but we've got new legal counsel. And so we actually did a 3.5-hour tour with our legal counsel to go look at all these unique situations where it was either a maintenance where we couldn't even get in to maintain it because the area was so restrictive that what they want to do actually takes all the responsibility, all the manpower, all the cost away from the HOA and places it on the member. So it's kind of a win-win situation and they get to use this area. But we aren't giving away a common area. What we're doing, and from our attorney, is that it's a revocable license, an exclusive use revocable license, and they have to meet all kinds of criteria. Otherwise, they have to put it back to the way it was.
Right.
And sometimes the justification is the maintenance. Sometimes it's a correction of an architectural defect like we have on the screen, bringing things up to current codes, inaccessible areas that should have been considered exclusive use common area in the first place.
I see.
But there had to have been some advantage to the original builder that tax-wise or something, that they did some of these odd things that would have only taken, $50 more worth of concrete to square it off.
I see.
And if you square these areas off, it reduces the cost to the mutual. And then again, there's other things where we have water intrusion into slabs because of how it's set up, which way the water flows. So if these patios were extended to a certain amount, you could divert the water, you could prevent this under slab water intrusion.
And that's the worst.
And let's see, okay, the tour of the mutual with the corporate counsel, revocable license, concluded that could not be accomplished by a generic boilerplate, that it had to apply to each individual applicant.
Okay.
And because of that cost, the HOA isn't going to absorb the cost. The people are getting a use of a common area. Even though we're benefiting from it, they still have to pay the fee to the attorney to get the revocable license done.
Oh, I see. All right. Is that generally going to cost a lot of money for each individual, do you think, or you don't know yet?
We have a number, but it hasn't gone through committee, through ACSC committee, finance committee, and the board. So I don't want to give that number. It's going to be a standard flat fee. But
Well, if they were only thinking about all this in the 60s, would just saved all your headaches, right?
yeah, if they built things kind of a little bit different. But again, things change.
Of course.
And that's,
And
the
it's
hard
tough.
part is to project what's going to happen 60 years from now.
Well, right. So you can only do what you can do, right? All right. Well, wonderful information. Always appreciate it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay. And if you want more information, of course, you can always send an email to generalmanager@vmsinc.org and it will go to the right person, or you can attend the meetings, which is the third Tuesday of every month. We'll be right back.
Did you know that the Laguna Hills Lodge was originally built as a place for relatives or friends to stay when they were visiting? In 1968, Laguna Woods' residents built the first two buildings of the lodge because they wanted a place close by for visitors to stay. Since then, the lodge has become the spare bedroom for the Laguna Woods' residents. The lodge has received the TripAdvisor Award of Excellence 8 years in a row. We invite you to stay in one of our recently remodeled garden rooms and take advantage of a special offer for Laguna Woods' residents, family, and friends.
Do you have cavities, broken or missing teeth, tooth pain, or other dental problems? These issues can create more problems than you think, including affecting your overall health. Don't wait until it's too late. Contact Loberg Dental today and your first exam and set of x-rays is free without insurance. It's a great way for you to experience our high-quality level of patient care while saving money too. Visit drloberg.com to schedule your free exam and x-rays today.
Captain America.
Watch HGTV.
Netflix.
At Healing Hearts Emergency Animal Hospital, we are dedicated to emergency veterinary care through high-quality veterinary services and compassion. We offer state-of-the-art diagnostics at competitive pricing. Our doctors will see and care for dogs, cats, and most exotics. In case of emergency, rest assured Healing Hearts Emergency is here for you when your primary veterinarian is closed. Open nights, weekends, and all major holidays.
I was battling 4 different kinds of cancer, all in stage 4. Although I was determined to fight, I had also put my affairs in order. But my team at Hoag refused to give up and enrolled me in a phase 1 clinical trial. This changed everything.
Hoag Family Cancer Institute has the largest phase 1 clinical trial program in Orange County and ranks in the top 10% of cancer programs nationwide. Deb became one of only 12 people in the world with advanced lung cancer to receive this leading-edge cancer therapy, and it saved her life.
Hoag is leading the way in some of the most advanced personalized medicine in cancer with molecular imaging and therapy, immunotherapy, and a multitude of other patient-driven clinical research trials.
My cancer care was a life or death decision, and I chose Hoag.
Now more than ever, your healthcare choices matter. Choose Hoag.
I'm Under Sheriff Don Barnes with the Orange County Sheriff's Department, and I have some important information that I'd like to share with you. If an emergency vehicle like a police car, fire engine, or ambulance are driving with their lights and siren on, it is responding to an emergency. Our ability to respond safely and quickly depends on you and the actions you take to help us. Remember, the person we're responding to help may be your friend or loved one, and we can't help them if we cannot get there. Here is Deputy Walewa to tell you what you should do when an emergency vehicle is responding to an emergency.
Every minute first responders spend on the road is critical time to a person in need waiting for us to arrive. First and most importantly, when you see emergency vehicle lights or hear sirens approaching behind you, safely and carefully pull over to the right side of the road. Today's vehicles are highly soundproof, so if you have music playing loudly or other distractions in the car, it can be difficult to hear sirens. Drive with minimal distractions and keep music at a volume that will enable you to hear emergency vehicles. Remember, other drivers may not be as aware as you are. Use extreme caution when pulling over. Use your indicator and carefully slow down before coming to a complete stop. Never stop in or block an intersection. After coming to a stop, wait until the emergency vehicle has passed you by at least 300 feet before moving safely back into traffic. All drivers are required by law to pull over for emergency vehicles, and failure to do so may result in a citation. If a patrol vehicle is driving behind you with its lights on, the deputy may be pulling you over for a traffic violation. If the deputy drives past you, he or she is responding to an emergency. If they remain behind you, they are pulling you over. If you determine that you are being pulled over, you can acknowledge the deputy by turning on your turn indicator while proceeding safely to a stop. Listen for instructions that may be given by the deputy to ensure that you're in a place that is safe. Once you have stopped, place your car in park and turn off your engine. Roll down your window completely, keep your seatbelt fastened, and place your hands on the steering wheel in plain view. Wait for the deputy to give you directions before reaching for your license, registration, and insurance. Let the deputy know where you will be reaching to retrieve the documents. By following these steps, you can help to promote your safety and the safety of other motorists and emergency personnel. Thank you for your time and for your continued support.
Mother's Day is only 2 weeks away, so if you would like to celebrate with your mother, or if you are a mother, please join at the Florence Sylvester Senior Center on May 12th for a Mother's Day tea party. Now, tickets are available at the front desk, and that event will start at 1 p.m. on May 12th. And then, if you would like to join the buffet that Recreation is putting on, this is going to be on Mother's Day, Sunday, May 14th at 1 p.m., Clubhouse 5, lots of delicious food. Now, the tickets they are on sale now, and the ticket prices will be $34 for adults, $17 for children ages 6 to 10, and then no charge for children 5 and under. And you can always get in touch with Recreation at 949-597-4382. Let's take a look at our weather before we enjoy the rest of our day. Temperatures are mild and high clouds mostly today, and we are looking at temperatures in the 60s. And low 70s, 73.55, 73.56, 78.58, 74.57, and then we drop to 63.53. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
it's about trust.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.